Have you ever wondered why your ears get so cold in winter? Like really, properly freezing cold. Picture this. You're walking through snow so deep it reaches your knees, and the wind is so icy it feels like tiny needles on your skin. And your ears start to hurt. Now, close your eyes if you want to, and come with me into the forest of stories. China! Oh my goodness, we're going back in time. Way, way back. Almost 2,000 years ago, to a winter so cold that people didn't know if spring would ever come again. The snow fell and fell and fell. It covered the roads, the rooftops, the fields where farmers usually grew their food. And the wind? The wind was absolutely brutal. I heard this story from a grandmother in northern China, and she told me her grandmother told her, and her grandmother before that, all the way back through time. There was a man called Zhang Zhongjing. The grown-ups called him a physician, which means he was a doctor who helped people feel better. He knew all about herbs and medicines and how to heal people when they were sick. One freezing winter day, Zhang Zhongjing was walking back to his hometown after working in the city. Picture this. His breath made clouds in the air. His footsteps crunched through the snow, and everywhere he looked, he saw people shivering. But what really broke his heart was seeing people's ears. They were red and swollen and covered in painful sores from the freezing cold. Some people had wrapped cloth around their heads, but it wasn't enough. The bitter wind found every gap. The poorest families didn't have warm hats or thick scarves. They couldn't afford them, and their ears were suffering terribly from frostbite. That's when the cold hurts your skin so much it gets damaged. Now, Zhang Zhongjing could have just walked past. He could have gone home to his warm house and his hot tea and forgotten all about it. But he didn't. Instead, he got this absolutely brilliant idea. He remembered that certain foods could warm people up from the inside, especially lamb, which makes your body feel toasty, and chili peppers, which create a lovely warm tingle, and special herbs that help your blood flow better so your whole body heats up. So Zhang Zhongjing called his students together, the people learning medicine from him, and said, "We're going to help everyone. Here's what we'll do." They set up a big cooking station right there in the street. They boiled lamb with warming herbs and spicy chilies until the smell made everyone's tummies rumble. Then they chopped everything up into tiny pieces. But here's the clever bit. Zhang Zhongjing took little pieces of dough and wrapped the warm mixture inside, folding and pinching the edges together. And you know what shape he made them? Ears! Tiny little ear shapes. Because if people's ears were hurting, he wanted to create something that would remind everyone to look after them. They boiled these little ear-shaped parcels in hot soup until they were perfectly cooked and steaming. The soup smelled incredible, savoury and spicy and warming all at once. Then Zhang Zhongjing and his students gave them out to everyone, completely free. "Eat these while they're hot," he told people. "They'll warm you up from the inside out." And oh my days, something amazing happened. As people ate the hot dumplings and drank the warm soup, they started to feel better. The healing herbs worked their magic, the warmth spread through their bodies, and slowly, day by day, their frostbitten ears began to heal. People couldn't believe it. This kind doctor had created something that was both delicious and healing at the same time. Zhang Zhongjing kept making these special dumplings every single day from the winter solstice. That's the darkest, coldest day of winter, all the way through to the new year. By the time spring arrived, everyone's ears had healed. The people were so grateful that they started making the dumplings themselves. At first, They called them jiao, which means little ears in Chinese. But over time, the name changed to jiaozi, which is what we call dumplings today. And you know what? To this very day, almost 2,000 years later, families in northern China still eat dumplings during the coldest part of winter, especially on winter solstice day. Sometimes when I eat dumplings, I think about that snowy street almost 2,000 years ago, where a doctor decided that healing wasn't just about medicine. It was about warmth, food, and caring for people who needed help. Zhang Zhongjing taught me something beautiful. When you see someone struggling, you don't need magic powers to help. Sometimes the best way to help is by sharing something warm, like food, like kindness, like making sure no one has to face the cold alone. Now, here's something wonderful I want you to do. Just like Zhang Zhongjing made warm food to help people feel better, I want you to bring warmth to your own family. If it's winter where you live right now, ask a grown-up if you can help make something warm together. It could be dumplings like Zhang Zhongjing made. You can fold them into funny shapes and fill them with yummy things. Or it could be soup that steams up your kitchen windows. Or hot chocolate. Or freshly baked bread that makes your whole house smell amazing. The food doesn't matter as much as what happens when you make it. While you're cooking together, you could tell your family this story about the kind doctor and his ear-shaped dumplings. You could talk about how food has this magical power to bring people together and make them feel loved and cozy. And here's the really special part. When you sit down to eat what you've made together, notice how it feels. Notice the warmth spreading through your tummy. Notice everyone smiling and talking. That's exactly what happened on that freezing street in China almost 2,000 years ago. So go on, ask your grown-up this week, can we make something warm together? And while you're making it, remember you're doing something people have done for thousands of years, sharing warmth, sharing food, sharing love. See you next week, explorers. And remember, every warm meal you share with people you love is a little bit of magic, just like those healing dumplings from long, long ago.